Like I said, big win for Leicester as they beat Norwich 2-0 last night at Carrow Road. Sunderland picking up a big 3-1 win away at Ewood Park at Blackburn. Neil Warnock says goodbye to Huddersfield as he leaves Huddersfield after a 2-2 draw in his last game against Stoke. But yeah, we're going to get into all the predictions. We're going to be joined by Football Martin, my mate. We're going to go through all the predictions and that. We're going to talk to Martin about the midweek fixtures as well. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be putting like the EFL Championship football in one tonight. But like I say, it's the prediction show, but we're going to talk all Championship, of course. Who is in the comments then? Let's have a look who's in the comments. Hello, Callum, mate. How are you? Brilliant win for the Match Foxes. It bloody was, mate. 10 out of 10 saved by Matt Hermanson to deny Mr. Duffy. Hey, Jack, how are you? Hey, up, Duck. Hey, Jack, how are you today? Great win for the Mighty Foxes with Matt with an excellent 2 saves. Mac with a chicken dance. All amazing. Hope you're good. I'm all right. Thank you, mate. Ross, how are you, mate? So nice to hear our fans chant for Vestergaard. His name yesterday, yes, started at Southampton and continued last night. Let's hope it continues. Ryan, Martin, how are you, mate? Another Martin in the chat. We're going to be joined by Martin very soon, so we're going to be joined by another Martin. Let's see if you think alike in the predictions with Football Martin. Jack, I went to the game. Did you enjoy it? A Coventry fan in. How are you, Mr. Coventry supporter? What do you reckon, mate, to the defeat to Cardiff? Let's get my mate in, Mr. Football Martin. Martin, how are you, mate?
I'm okay, mate. Had a few technical difficulties before I come on, but it's all sorted now, so I feel good. Other than the Saints been woeful, haven't they? Since I saw you last Friday, I saw you before the game against Leicester, and yeah, things have been pretty dire, Jack, ever since.
Welcome to the channel, though, Martin, mate. You're going to help me with the predictions. You're going to help me with the predictions tonight. Let's see if Scott and you can put 2 and 2 together again, like you did last time.
Scott usually do, yeah, we do.
Evening, Jack. How are you? How are you, Scott, mate? Terry, mate. You got the score prediction right in the Leicester game. You did say 2-0 to the Foxes, so I bet you're pleased with that. Martin, let everybody know, mate, where they can find you, mate, on your socials and all that, pal. I'm going to put you on big screen, actually, Martin. Hold on.
Oh, are you? That's right.
I'm going to put you on big screen and you're going to tell everyone where they can find you, mate.
You can find me at Football Martin. I'm on Twitter at Football Martin _. Also on YouTube now as well. I've got my very, very own YouTube channel. And TikTok are doing loads of roundups, 60-second daily roundups on Southampton, all the latest transfer news. Well, I was doing during the window, but all the latest news from press conferences and anything that's related to Southampton, anything of any significance, I will bring to you on my channels.
Yep. Martin, it's more like the Saints going Martin out at the minute, isn't it? We're going to go on to your boys in a minute. I might deliver Martin a sub. Yeah, go and subscribe to Martin's channel. Football Martin _. Go and check him out. Rest in peace, Saints, for their loss from Leicester. That's from whoever that is. Martin, talk to me then about Southampton. I mean, you lost on Tuesday night to Ipswich. The Tractor Boys came to town. And, weren't really smart football at the back again, was it, Martin, from Ipswich, Southampton? Talk to me through the game in the 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, it was another disaster, really. To play the style of football that Russell wants to play, you need confidence, you need people that are buoyant, you need people that are in a good place. We don't have any of those ingredients right now. People don't get the damage that was done off 2 defeats. The defeat at Sunderland was massive. The manner of the defeat was horrific. And then you follow it up and you expect a response against Leicester City on Friday night. We didn't get that. And unfortunately, the squad are in a bad place. The manager, there's a lot of people questioning his tactics more than anything. I don't think they're necessarily questioning for him to leave the football club. There are some fans that don't feel that he's got the credentials to deliver what we all wanted, which was automatic promotion. We all feel we've got a squad that's capable of competing, but at this moment in time, he's not getting a song out of the players. He will double down. He won't change the way he wants to go about things, but big question marks have to be asked of the ownership group, Sport Republic. They've been responsible for the downfall of the football club, and for anybody that's not going to question them, their head is well and truly in the sand. They are ostriches, as Nigel Pearson would say. Yeah.
Martin, give me a second. Let everybody know your thoughts on the midweek games. I mean, what did you actually think of the midweek games, Martin? I'm going to put you on full screen, pal.
Yeah, well, looking at our game, I was gutted at our game. I thought we were lackluster, lacked any quality on the ball, but certainly off it, we put out a pretty powder puff midfield. So no surprise we got beaten, to be quite honest, against a very buoyant Ipswich side. Kieran McKenna, what a job he's doing with them. Wow. They're absolutely flying, aren't they? Loving life in the Championship. There's no doubt that they keep momentum going. Many people talk about the bubble bursting, but I don't actually see it with them. I think they've got so much momentum right now. They will keep that going. I thought Leicester was super impressive against Norwich last night on Sky. I watched the whole game. I thought they put in a really good performance, Norwich City. I thought they did really well for long periods of the game, but they just couldn't withstand what Leicester threw at them in the end. And Leicester just have that extra bit of quality at this moment in time. They're a side that look buoyant, they look confident, and they're really starting to. He's getting a real song out of his players. There's no trusting the process at Leicester City because they're just doing what they need to do. They want automatic promotion back to the Premier League. I think they get it. Norwich picked up a few injuries, Jack, didn't they, last night against South?
Ashley Barnes and Johnny Rowe came off for Norwich. I don't know if a Johnny Rowe one was a tactical decision, though. I don't know if there's much more on that. If you're a Norwich fan in the chat, then let us know. Can't believe I'm typing this, but anyone else concerned about Winks and Vestergaard being on 4 yellow cards this season? I think Harry Winks was his 5th, I believe, last night. I couldn't work it out in the games, to be fair. I was thinking through my head of which games he got booked. But yeah, big win for Leicester. A 2-0 win against Norwich, a resilient win for the Foxes. A very good away performance by Leicester. Really had to defend deep, and they did. Then the quality shown, did it, Martin, with Leicester, how good they really are on the ball. And we had to really move the ball quicker when Norwich come calling. And Norwich, they would say they pushed too many players forward with the way they wanted to attack. And they knew they had to go and get a goal back. But doing it in the fashion of the way the game went, I mean, there was a big save from Mads Hermansen. Cracking save, to be fair, from Shane Duffy's header. Then we talk about the game that we were speaking about before, Martin. Middlesbrough and Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, a draw at Hillsborough. I mean, what's your initial thoughts on that, Martin? I mean, it was expected when it didn't really look like a very good game, to be fair.
Yeah, it looked like a relegation scrap, but Middlesbrough really do need to find that first win, don't they? They're absolutely, but they both do. But I thought Middlesbrough might just go there and give it a bit more than they did. I saw snippets of the game, but they're really suffering with confidence at the moment. The fans had just started to turn on Michael Carrick. I was on a podcast yesterday with a Borough fan, and he did say that they're a little bit alarmed at some of the decision making of their manager Michael Carrick. So they're starting to ask questions. They have a big game on Saturday against Southampton. That will come on to that, but they'll be relishing playing Saints, I would imagine, at the moment. Anybody could probably get a goal against a Southampton side at the moment that are not confident on the ball, playing out from the back. The game that really did intrigue me, and you've got to give them absolute credit, is Sunderland, mate, against Blackburn Rovers last night. They go to Blackburn Rovers. Jack Clark with 2 last night. What form he's in, but they've done really, really well. Mowbray's doing a top job there. I think Blackburn were quite unlucky from the statistics of 22 shots at goal, compared to 13 of Sunderland. And I think Sunderland dominated periods of the game, but Blackburn, it was closer than it maybe looked, to be quite honest. But a massive result for Sunderland, Jack.
Yeah, Sunderland have really found their feet now, haven't they, Martin, since beating Southampton 5-0
They're up
a
to
few
fourth
weeks back.
up to fourth now. Skipped to get ahead of Norwich after Norwich's defeat last night. So they'll be really happy with that. Tractor Boys sitting in third, Leicester City in second, and obviously Preston at the top, mate.
Let's talk about Preston. Another win for them. They beat Birmingham 2-1. They had to come back from behind though, Martin. Birmingham, is it Stansfield, is it? Scored for Birmingham again. The former Exeter man, I mean, scoring goals, the Fulham loanee. Then the own goal came from, I think it was Belic, was it? Belic? Think his name. Yeah, Belic, Christian Belic.
Christian Belic, yeah.
He own-goaled it. He could have left it. It probably wouldn't have gone in if he did leave it to the other player in front of him. But he's took it upon himself. It's cost Birmingham you could say a defeat, to be fair. I mean, the second goal from Preston, not really good defending by Birmingham, to be fair. They've got to stay switched on.
They played well as well, Birmingham.
I didn't think Preston was at the best. I mean,
no, they weren't.
Spoke to a few Preston and Birmingham fans after that game, and they said Preston said they were a bit worrying, the way Birmingham attacked them and that. They had to deal with it, dig deep and, do what they've been doing. But like I say, they felt it weren't their best performance in midweek.
Yeah, no, and even if you look at the stats from the game, I read a bit about the game, but Birmingham give it a hell of a go. Birmingham are a decent side. They're going to cause some massive upsets this season. They like possession as well. They had 60% of the possession compared to 40% of Preston's. But Preston like to get it forward, don't they? Like to get it in the channels when they can. But Birmingham maybe walk away from that one a little bit disappointed, to be honest. But Preston, they've got that winning mentality at the moment. They're yet to lose a game, aren't they? Drawn the 1, won the 6. So, you couldn't ask for a better start. There'd be if you're a Preston fan right now, I don't know if there's any tuning in, but it'd be great to know how they're feeling right now. It must be really buoyant. And you just have to keep that winning mentality going into the weekend.
Swansea fan, Jack, the comments are not working. They are on my screen, mate. I can see every comment coming up. I don't know if it's something to do with your YouTube, but my YouTube looks fine on my end. I can read all the comments like Scott's, Terry's, Ross's. I mean, I can see them all on my screen now. All Leicester's games midweek league games away. I don't even know, Scott, to be fair, mate. Leicester's next away game is midweek against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Like I say, then we talk about Cardiff City, Martin. I mean, they've seemed to have found a bit of form, haven't they? Under Errol Bullitt. They ended up winning 3-2 against Coventry. Coventry fans would say it weren't their best performance again. They're not really found their feet so far after Coventry City, despite doing good transfer business in the summer.
Yeah, and you look at Cardiff, and a lot of people tipped them to really struggle being in and around the relegation zone. I know we've only played 7 games so far, but if you look at the table, they sit in there in 10th. They've won 3 of the last 5. They've lost 2 of the last 5. It's a fairly decent start. They got 10 points from 7. They'd be pretty happy with that, to be fair. They just started, like you said, they found a little bit of form, and you just have to keep that momentum going. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Momentum. But we've got a Leeds fan in the chat. Be interesting to get their views on their game last night, Jack. Maybe a little bit disappointed. Hull City are finding ways to stop these bigger sides playing, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently Leeds were good last night. I just couldn't find that goal. Like I say, you're going to get them games with like Leeds. They've got to expect it, aren't they? Obviously, it weren't going to be easy going to the KCOM or whatever it's called these days, the MK Stadium.
Rodon sent off last night as well.
Yeah, Rodon sent off.
Yeah.
Form.
Well, that's Jack disappeared for a minute. So let's say he's got some connection issues of some sorts by the looks of it.
I'm back, Martin. Sorry.
You got some bad internet.
Yeah, StreamYard kicked me out. StreamYard kicked me out for bloody some reason, but it does it sometimes, where it just like it freezes on the screen and it's just the little
Pings
symbol
you
comes
out.
on the Wi-Fi beam. But
Yeah.
thanks for taking on, mate. Yeah, but like I say, Traore for Hull missed a sitter, hit the post. Could have been 1-0 Hull, and then they grabbed all 3 points. But like I say, Rosenior's got his team well drilled, hasn't he, Martin, for Hull?
He has, mate. He's got them up to 6th now. They're in really good form, aren't they? When you look at it, they frustrate teams, don't they? They don't score tons of goals, but they're definitely frustrating sides. I don't think any team that's chasing promotion going there and know they're in for a tough game. I know we go there, Southampton. I think start of next month. I expect a mighty tough game up there.
Apparently Norwich fans are waiting for the referee because they thought McAteer was offside. I thought he were on. I thought he held his line well, to be fair, before running onto it. We had lots to do with 15 players going. Yeah, I agree with that. Martin, let's get on to the predictions then for week 8. We're going to start it at St Andrews, the Friday night football. Birmingham versus Queen's Park Rangers. Birmingham lost to, like I say, Preston in the week. QPR drew 1-1 with Swansea. What do you reckon to this one, Martin, mate? Where do you reckon this one's going?
Well, I always have a little bit of interest in QPR because my boss plays in goal for them, so I'll be watching it closely because of Asmir. He's enjoying it there. I spoke to him a couple of times last couple of days, and he said that they're playing okay. To be fair, maybe lack a little bit of cutting edge up top at times, but they're playing a really good side in Birmingham. You can see from the form they're in at the moment. I would expect Birmingham to edge it. To be honest, I hope they don't. And I hope that QPR can get a win, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 Birmingham win in that one.
You're going to go 2-1 Birmingham. This one's a tough game for Birmingham, to be fair. Like I say, QPR look decent, to be fair. For me, I could just see Birmingham edging this one, Martin. I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win. Let's see what everyone else has gone for. 2-2, 3-0. Let's have a look. 1-1. 2-1 QPR. QPR, I've got a feel about them.
Such little time between the games as well, Jack. There's such a quick turnaround for both these sides. Playing Tuesday night, straight back out on a Friday night. It's never easy, is it, Jack? This is the Championship. It starts to hot up now. This is where squads become tested and people pick up injuries. We've got obviously people that are picking up their yellow cards now and having to miss games. It starts to stretch squads just that little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Martin, we're going to go to the next one, Portman Road. Ipswich versus Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn lost 3-1 in the week. Ipswich picked up a big win over Southampton. The Tractor Boys are really coming through, aren't they, on their tractors? Like I say, they're scoring goals. Connor Chaplin again, silencing the Saints at St Mary's, ex-Portsmouth man, of course. They take on a Blackburn side who have been a mixed bag of results, haven't they, for Blackburn? But Ipswich are on some fine form, only losing 1 so far this season, losing to Leeds United at home. So Kieran McKenna, like I say, I think he's picked up quite a few wins, hasn't he, Kieran McKenna, since January. He's really doing well. I think it's 18 in 22 now, Martin? For
unbelievable
it's 19 in 22. It's one of them.
Unbelievable stats what they're doing. They've only lost the once in the league this year, haven't they? Like Leeds United, am I right in saying that? And Leeds. Before that, you've got to go all the way back to February to their last defeat in the league, in League One against, I think it was Oxford United, they said. So the form they're on is incredible. You talk about winning mentality. He even rested Nathan Broadhead the other night. He didn't start the game. He did come on, but he's a player that's in form. Burns is looking good for them. Chaplin, Hurst. They just look a real handful, but they're solid at the back as well, aren't they? They're I don't see anything else other than an Ipswich win here, Jack. I've got to be totally honest. I just think back at home. The club's buoyant. The players are be confident. They'll be using everything they need. They come to St Mary's and just they knew exactly what to do, and they're a unit when they need to be, and that surprised me really, how well organised and well drilled he's got this side. If they can stay injury free, they're going to be some side.
Alex, with his crab outfit.
Yes, I did. I did.
did.
I saw his vlog. Yes,
There was a Pompey fan in the
but
Ipswich away end.
You've got to laugh, haven't you, when the fan walks in with a jumper over his shirt to cover it up on the way in, and then takes it off when he's in there. You know, if you're going to wear your shirt, wear it from the outside in, pal.
Martin, what's your score, mate, for the Ipswich game?
2-0. I'm going to go with a 2-0
Ipswich. I'm going to go 2-0 as well. I think 2-0 win for the Tractor Boys. I think George Hurst is going to get one against his former loan club, Blackburn. Connor Chapman's going to get one as well. I fancy him in this one again. The next one we go to is Ellen Road, Leeds versus Watford. Watford with one of the poorest away form, Martin, to be fair. That was the word I was looking for, away form. Watford don't want to wait this season, have they? I mean, I think it's been a while since they have won away from home, Martin. I think it goes back to last season. Leeds at home, the crowd's going to be up for this one. I mean, in their last home game, did all right, Leeds. They need to go and build Leeds United in this one. Did Leeds play Sheffield Wednesday in their last home game, Martin?
No, their last home game, I'm trying to think who they played. I'll look it up in 2 seconds, but watching them, was that last weekend? The game you talked about last weekend?
No, that's the Millwall game I was looking at.
They played Millwall away, didn't they? And they were really good. Great on the counter-attack, Leeds, aren't they? Their win at home, I just think that the Ellen Roads is going to be worth points. The fan base there is just ridiculously good. He's got them playing well, even though they didn't get a victory last night. They're playing well. He's just started to settle them down. That transfer window shut a perfect time for them. Though they didn't start well, you just can see them. They start to really tick along. I think everybody's waiting for them to really settle. I thought maybe the game at Millwall may have done that, but it obviously it hasn't, has it? You know, it's it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
So it's different games, isn't it, Martin, when you play against teams like Hull and Millwall, and it's difficult to see with Leeds how they're going to do in each of the games. I mean, their last home game was Sheffield Wednesday at home in the Yorkshire Derby. Since then, they've picked up 4 points away from home. It looks like they are picking more away points up, though. Leeds this season.
They look to be decent on the road, don't they? Yeah, 0-0 with Sheffield Wednesday, looking at that result. Surprising result against a side that really struggled. But I still think they've got a great manager in Daniel Farke. I'd take it. I would have taken him at St Mary's. I think he knows the division. He knows how to get teams promoted. He's done it. He's been there. They will be there, Leeds, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Pirro. I think he's a poacher, isn't he? He's a poacher.
Yeah,
he's a poacher.
He loves being in that in that 18-yard box, doesn't he? He just loves to be in around the box. He's a man that's going to score them goals, that's for sure. I've got a bit of Pirro MV, to be honest.
What do you reckon the score is going to be in this one, then, Martin?
I'm going to go with the Leeds victory.
3-0.
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0 Leeds. 3-0 to Arthur saying he's a Leeds fan. I think Leeds are going to win this one. I think Pirro's going to score 2. I think Nonto's going to be on the score sheet as well.
Nonto looks great, by the way.
I'm going to go 3-0 Leeds. I'm going to back Leeds in this one. Riley's gone 3-0 Leeds, 1-0 Leeds, 2-1 Watford, but 1-0 Watford, 2-1 Watford, 3-0 Martin's gone. Let's have a look. Dan's gone 2-1 Watford. Arthur's clearly not happy in the chat. regarding everyone going against Leeds. I mean, yeah, not all people are going to think the same in scores and fixtures and none of them, Martin. You know, regarding results and that, they're not all going to go in your favour. You know, some people, it's an opinion, and you just got to take it with a pinch of salt. I think that's how you look at it in football. I mean, if you went against Leicester, that's your opinion, isn't it? That's how it is. It's football. But
absolutely,
we're going to get on to Leicester next, Martin. The return of Nigel Pearson returns to the King Power Stadium with his Bristol City side. The return of Andy King, Matty James, even including physio Dave Rennie. Bristol City come to the King Power Stadium after a 4-1 win against Plymouth. Leicester 2-0 winners last night away from home against Norwich in a very tough test for the Foxes. This one, like I say, is going to be a tough game for the Foxes, I think. Nigel Pearson, he'll need to detach himself from the Leicester side of things and focus on Bristol City in this one. He has so much love for the club, Big Nige. He'll get a good reception, of course. But like I say, this one, I think we have enough quality again to go and win this one, Martin. If we can go and play our football and really take our chances and that again, then I can only see Leicester winning this game. I think we cause a right threat when we do have the ball, to be fair. I mean, we have been scoring quite a few goals as of late. We've scored 6 in our last 2. Like I said, in the last home game we played Hull, wasn't the greatest result, but like I say, you just got to take it and move on. We have done. Yeah. We picked up back-to-back wins since then, beating Saints and beating Norwich. Like I say, I'm expecting Bristol City to come and sit deep here. And we're going to have to find a way around them like we have other teams. And like I say, I think Leicester are going to win this one. I'm going to go 3. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester, Martin. 3-1 Leicester.
You look like a side that have you've gone away from home for 2 games now, and and on paper, when you looked at it, when we spoke this time a week ago, you thought you had to play Southampton, who at the time we were looking to bounce back, and then you had to go to Norwich City. 2 really tough games on paper, really, you would think. I know the Southampton game didn't really turn out to be a tough game, but Mavrididi's just found some incredibly good form, hasn't he? And you've got such a good squad. You've got a manager that's just hit the ground running. He's got a team that moves the ball quick. They like to play in the final third. Though they like to play it out from the back, they've got confidence and they move the ball quick. They get it forward. And you've just got players that want the ball, that don't shy away from it. You've got brave players, and you need brave players to win a championship, don't you, Jack? And I just feel that you're edged this by some way. I'm going to go with a 3-0 victory.
3-0 Leicester. Clean sheet, Martin.
I feel Vestergaard's got to be due a goal, and he's surely in a minute. He's in good form. He looked good last night. You know, as an ex-Saint, obviously watched his career. I know he had a horrific time last year, but he's certainly stepped up to the plate, and he's given you leadership. He's given you something that you probably didn't expect to get from him.
I think you've got to give him all sorts of credit, had you, Yannick Vestergaard this season. Even the away fans last night were chanting his name. I mean, we didn't think we'd be doing that anytime soon for Yannick Vestergaard. I mean, after wanting him out in the summer, we're not good enough and all this. But like I say, Maresca, it looks like he's got a completely different player on his hands now. He's getting the best out of him. He looks more mobile.
Well, it's credit to the manager, isn't it?
It's the manager who's made him the player that he is.
You've got to give credit to the manager, because the manager's brought the best out in him. And top quality managers bring the best out in players. Sometimes you might have a style of play that you want to play, but sometimes you have to play to people's strengths. And that's what he's done with Yannick Vestergaard. He's playing to his strength. And that's what I like about this manager. He oozes quality. It's a long season, but I'm super, super impressed. I've got a lot of envy with him as a manager. I would have loved to have seen him at St Mary's. I think any Saints fan right now would swap him with Russell Martin, I would think.
Yeah, Maresca's playing the football, Martin, and Leicester.
He is.
Like I say, we're doing good. You know, 6 wins out of 7. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that. And then you look at Casey McAteer, 4 goals for the youngster this season. I mean, never played in the Championship before. He's really unfolding. He's getting the best out of his young players. Maresca, like I say, he knows when to make the subs and all that. And like I say, we're trusting him and everything's going in the right direction. And it looks like straight back up, Leicester City. Playing football the Enzo way, Martin. So, yeah, only things can get better, like I say. We did have a tough test against Norwich, but we passed the test, and that's the main thing. You've got to sometimes grind out them results. You won't go
to many tough places, will you? Do you know what I mean? When you look at it, when you watch the game last night, for anyone that didn't watch it, they were tough last night. They were, any other side would have probably got beat by them last night.
That's out for a second. I thought it was going to take the free kick. Martin, we're going to go to the next one. Saints away at Middlesbrough. I mean, Middlesbrough are in some bloody poor run of form. 1 point in their last game. They've only got 2 points all season. The player Saints side, who love to play out from the back, but get caught out more times than Southampton on their last away travels wasn't the best result, was it, for Saints, losing 5-0 to Sunderland? Middlesbrough, like I say, they've got to start picking up form, and this could be one of them where, you know what, they could take advantage of Southampton's misfortunes, but then you could say the same for Southampton. Both sides need a win. And this could be the El Sacico, Martin, where if one of those managers lose, they could both face the bloody sack, or it could even just be one. But it depends how the owners are obviously feeling ahead of this game and trusting both of their managers.
Borough,
so, what do you reckon this one?
The 2 points for Borough has been a dreadful start for them, and somewhere they've got to stop the rot, and they're going to have to get a win somewhere. They're a side that don't look like scoring any goals. I spoke to a Borough fan yesterday. He just said there's no cut and thrust up front. They're really missing Cameron Archer, which they knew they would. They didn't replace him, did they? And it's going to be an interesting one for Saints. I think we'll probably be fair. We'll play a little bit better away from home. I would think we traditionally do. To get out of St Mary's at the moment it won't be a bad thing. I hate kind of like predicting results on my side, really. I'm a bit pessimistic and a bit of a negative human at times.
Guys, try and keep your chat respectful, please. If you don't, I'll remove you just like that. I mean, I will put you on a timeout.
Have you got all sorts of people in the chat?
All different sorts of comments. It's like you don't need it, man. Just have it. Just be nice to each other. You know what I mean?
I would say my heart says we'll pick up a 2-0 win, but my head says it'll be a little bit tighter than that.
We're going for Martin.
2-1. I think we'll win 2-1. I just think we should have more than enough to beat them, but we are a side. I wouldn't want to see us lose the first goal, to be quite honest, because I think if we did, we're fragile, and finding a way back into games, something like that. I just hope if we can get ourselves in the lead, I think we should just edge it, paper over some cracks for another week, and then we host Leeds United next week at St Mary's.
I'm going 2-0 Southampton. 2-0 Saints. Che Adams double, Martin.
I like your thought. Yeah, I like your thoughts.
I'm gonna go for a Che Adams double. If Saints win, you should shave your head, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Martin seems impressed with us. Martin, we're going to move to down south now, mate. It's going to be real far down south from bloody Middlesbrough. We're going to cover some miles here. They're taking on Norwich City, Plymouth. Plymouth looked quite decent at home, haven't they? Has the bubble burst for Plymouth? I mean, they've not been picking up the results as of late. They've not really been picking up the points. Like I say, they did against Blackburn in the last home game. Won 3-0 there, didn't they? Plymouth. the take on the Norwich side, who will be without Ashley Barnes, I reckon, after that injury last night against Leicester. But like I say, Norwich look good this season, and they look real fighting football. They're playing some expansive stuff under David Wagner. And this one's going to be a tough game for Norwich. Of course it is, going away to Plymouth. It's going to be no easy game, of course. But like I say, this one I feel Plymouth can go and get a goal. But I think Norwich are going to win it. So I'm going to go 3-1 to the Canaries. What do you reckon, Martin?
Yeah, I think Norwich will edge it. Well, they certainly should do. That's for sure. Side that yeah, they should. But it's not an easy place to go, Home Park. Do you know what? I never go against the grain in any of these fixtures and go, oh, well, an upset. I'm going to go with an upset, Jack. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Argyle win.
What do you think will happen between Rotherham and Preston? Well, movie maniac. We're going to go on to Rotherham next, actually. Martin, we're going to the New York Stadium. We're going back up north, mate. I know it seems like a long journey, you know what I mean, in the car. Let's just hope we don't break down on the motorway. You're calling the AA Martin. I mean, we're covering some miles here.
We're covering big miles.
Well, bloody hell, we're going around the country here, Martin, going to all these grounds, making the predictions. But now, Rotherham versus Preston. A struggling Rotherham side who's picked up 4 points from 7 games. Preston, unbeaten. They have really done well so far. They picked up 19 points, I think it is, for Ryan Lowe's side. 6 wins, 1 draw. They're unbeaten. And like I said, Preston will be no pushovers in this game by the stretch of the imagination. But Rotherham, in their last home game, beat Norwich City. 2 goals to 0, I think it was. And was it 2-1 or 2-0, Martin? The Rotherham.
What, the Rotherham game?
Rotherham Norwich game.
Rotherham Norwich. I would need to check it out. I don't see anything other though.
Yeah,
Jack.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Wait.
I don't see anything other than
2-1.
a win for Cardiff in this one.
Cardiff? You mean Preston?
Preston, sorry. I don't see anything other than a Preston win in this game. I just see they'd be too strong for them. And that momentum, like you say, they've got at the moment, top of the table. They just need that, just need to keep it going. Like we said, football's all about confidence. And when you're top of the league, I think they keep it going and make it another win on the board. Someone's gone for a 1-0 Rotherham win. I don't see Rotherham getting a result. To you, Jack?
To be honest, they're at home. They're not away. So this is where they've got to start picking the points up. I mean, Preston are unbeaten at the minute, but all runs come to an end. And like I say, this one is a tough game for Rotherham. But if they can go and beat Norwich, why can't they beat Preston? I tell you what, I'm going to go for my surprise result, Martin, here. And I'm going to go for a 1-0 Rotherham.
Yeah, mate, it'd be an interesting one. You just you never know.
Yeah, Rotherham are good at home. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going to go sneaky 1-0. I know it might
suit you guys if they slip up, Preston. But there you go.
Yeah, I think that's what we're hoping for. Preston slip up. You know what I mean? Get the wet floor sign out.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Get the wet floor sign out for Preston. No, joking. Like I say, I think Rotherham at home, they're different than they are away, and they have to really react after that result to Millwall. 3-0 they lost in the last game. So, like I say, they've got a reaction to make it the New York Stadium. They played well against Leicester, done all right against Blackburn. I mean, they've picked up some points at home. So, like I say, that's where all their points probably come from at home. And like I say, I think, 1-0 for me. Let's have a look in the comments. Dan's gone 7-6. Jesus Christ, if that happens. 3-1 Preston. Hello, Leon. How are you, mate? Just come on. What did you say for the Rotherham match, mate? I went for a 1-0 Rotherham. Martin, what did you go for?
I'm going for a 2-0 win for Preston. I don't see Rotherham getting a result.
The half-time
The
whistles,
half-time
yeah.
whistles. Yeah, Ross is there.
Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go and check out Martin's that way. Go and check out Martin's channel as well.
Ross May got a new follower today on his TikTok account, and I think my father come across Ross today for the first time.
2-1 Rotherham. Ross is gone. Dan, I'll be back Monday and say I told you so. Well, we are. I'm expecting a few red cards then, Dan, for some of these teams. If he's gone for a FIFA result, hasn't he? Martin, the next one, Swansea versus Sheffield Wednesday. This one's a relegation battle at the Liberty. I mean, this one is really difficult to call. I mean, Michael Duff is under pressure. Cisco is under pressure. Another one, what we call him, Martin, you look at the Middlesbrough Southampton game, this one is an evermore win for either side. This one, I mean, Sheffield Wednesday played some decent stuff against Middlesbrough. But like I said, we're always going to be a draw, in my opinion. Swansea lost to Cardiff. They've also drew to QPR in their last two. They're not winning games, are they? I mean, they got a red card late on. Swansea did it the Loftus Road in midweek. Everything just doesn't seem to be going right for Swansea at the minute. They've picked up more draws than wins. And I fancy Sheffield Wednesday in this one. I do. And I'm going to go 2-1 to the Owls.
Oh, it'd be interesting. He's under some big pressure, Duff, isn't he? I think the fans seem really disgruntled down there. Since Martin's gone, and just not gone their way, not the start of the season you want. I think they get their first win of the season. Personally, Swansea at the weekend, I think they're at home. I think Wednesday looked dreadful from what the Borough fan told me. I know it was an Ipswich fan I spoke to. Ipswich played them last weekend, and he said to me they're absolutely dire. I don't see Swansea not getting a result in this one. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Swansea victory, mate.
A 1-0.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I think both managers are hanging on by a thread at the minute.
Absolutely,
with the performances, and no one expected Swansea to be.
Football's a ruthless business, though. You talk. A lot of people say, "Well, you're only 7 games in. It's a results-driven business."
The Championship's ruthless.
It's a division. If you're chasing promotion and you're a club that expect promotion, you don't want to be losing loads of games, letting in loads of goals. But also a side that's fighting relegation, you don't want rots to set in because they're really, really hard to get out of. You can quite easily bury your head in the sand and think it's going to be okay. And a lot of the time it isn't. We've seen that down at Southampton last year. And it's it can be a dangerous place to be right now.
Yeah, I think since losing Joel Perot, I think it's made it worse for Swansea, to be fair.
Did they replace him, did they? Yeah, no. Where's the goals going to come from?
They've got Ryan Yates, but you can't rely on one striker to bloody get you all the goals.
Is he?
Do you know what I mean? And they expected Ryan Yates and Joel Pirro to be that partnership for this season, but no, they've broke them up. And Swansea they've gone downhill, haven't they? Let's be honest. That saga went on a bit with Joel Pirro. Will he sign a new contract? Will he be moving to a new club? And, obviously ended up going to Leeds. And that was very late on in the window without Swansea coming up with a backup plan to replace him. So, like I say, it was a tough one to call, but I think I'm going to go in Wednesday's favour. But Dan's gone for a draw. Next one, Martin, West Brom, Millwall. West Brom drew with Watford in the week. Millwall picked up a 3-0 win over Rotherham. A convincing win, you could say, for the Lions. West Brom, like I say, they're mixed bag results, aren't they? They're in the bottom half of the table. They're not picking up the points they should be. They're getting a new owner, aren't they? I believe £50 million. It's someone's bid for West Brom from the Middle East. So they could end up with a new owner. I think a new idea in that and the way the club's going forward, because West Brom has struggled due to the financial side of things with not being able to bring as players in as they'd like. I think Millwall will be a tough test in this one. I think they'll learn from that result against Leeds for sure. And I reckon this one will be a close one, and I'm going to go 2-1 to the Baggies.
Oh yeah, I'm going with the Baggies as well. I think Corberan, he's a decent manager, Carlos Corberan. I really
Yeah.
like him. We pronounce his surname properly. But he's been there a while. Like you say, it's a little bit of a sleeping giant as a football club. Really, a very family-oriented club. Ben Foster speaks really, really highly of them as a football club. Always goes back and watches them. But yeah, I see them. I know Millwall are above them in the division at the moment, but I watched Millwall against Leeds, and I don't know if it was because Leeds were so good or Millwall was so bad, but that day they got torn to shreds on the counter attack, throwing so many men forward. Such a naive side at times to play against, aren't they? I don't see anything else than a West Brom winning this one.
No. Let's have a look at the last comment on this one. Dave's in. How are you, Dave? We'll see you on Saturday, mate, for the Bristol City game. Obviously, Dave sits behind me at the football, Martin.
Another Leicester fan. There's Leicester fans everywhere.
He likes to put a few kind words towards the officials, Martin. I'm not going to say what he says, and like I say, a few choice of words when things aren't going right, and the officials ain't doing the jobs. Dave's out there pointing his finger and standing up and giving it all sorts. So, like I say,
talking about officials, it's something I was going to talk to you about. Actually, give me your thoughts, mate, on the officials in the Sky Bet Championship. What I've noticed a vast difference in the standard of refereeing as not being particularly good.
It's not consistent.
What's your thoughts? Not consistent, is it?
It's basically like without VAR, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Graham Scott, I don't think he had a great game against Leicester. I don't. Let's be honest. They were getting free kicks left, right, and centre. I don't feel he could have let the game go at times. He obviously handed out the bookings, but he was quick to get the yellow cards out last night, I thought. He did, Graham Scott. And like I say, these Premier League refs who go and manage in the Championship, you can bloody see why they got demoted because of how poor officiating it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The one about clubs getting relegated from the Premier League for being poor. These referees are doing the same. And, there's no consistency. You'd expect them to use their experience properly in the EFL and show that they can officiate at the highest levels and that and let the games flow and have a good game. But like I said, the referees know what's best, mate, is it, Martin? As much as you want them to be on your side in games and get the other side sent off and that, it's never going to happen. But yeah, I don't rate the officiating in this league. I'm not going to talk on it too much, but I just don't think the officials are good. I mean, I spoke to a few friends who were Championship fans before coming to the season with Leicester, and they said the officiating poor. We said expect it next season because they say it's basically the Premier League officiating, but without VAR. So, like I say, it's one of them. Terrible, simple as that. One word.
He loves his pub quiz on a Thursday night, does Rossi?
Worst one is Simon Hooper, the one that let.
He's dreadful. Hooper's poor.
Ross is off to the pub. See you later, Ross. Enjoy the quiz, mate. Hopefully a Southampton quiz come up for you, Ross, or Leicester.
Give me a text, mate.
Martin, Stoke v Hull. This one is going to be a very interesting game. Stoke have really gone downhill. They signed a lot of players, Martin, in the transfer window. Started off well. It just doesn't seem to have now gone in the favour of Stoke City, and they look really poor. They look poor. Yeah, let's be honest about it. They face a Hull side who are really in form. They're really doing well. Picked up a big point against Leeds. Beat Leicester on their last away travels. Hull. Like I say, Hull are really showing what they're about this season, and they're going to try and aim for the playoffs, which I can respect that. And like I say, I think this one's going to be a tough afternoon for Stoke City. I know they're at home. You'd expect them to have the advantage, but I just don't think Stoke have really been consistent enough, and I just don't think they've been playing well as of late. So I'm going to go for in Hull's favour here, Martin. I'm going to go 2-0 to the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm surprised in Stoke. 2-2 draw last night with Huddersfield. Warnock's last game.
Did they bring in 18 players?
Yeah, they brought in a few players, didn't they? They reckon they had one of their biggest overhauls.
Someone said 18.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest overhauls. They've pretty much rebuilt their whole squad, but they just just look way short. They started so well, like you said, and all of a sudden you get a couple of bad results and things go against you, and mood can change quickly. We've seen that at St Mary's. You can start really well, and all of a sudden you just need one bad game, and confidence is like, always come back to it. It's a massive thing in football, and I don't see anything other than Hull getting a result, mate. I've got to be quite honest. They look a solid side under Rossignol. Being quietly surprised by them. We speak to Holland back, don't we, quite a lot, and yes, saying good things about his club at the moment. He's been super impressed with what he's seeing. I see a 2-0 Hull victory.
2-0. We're thinking I like it, Martin, mate, as we go into the next two games. Next one is Keith Sunderland, better known as Blaze on TikTok. His Sunderland side are at home this game. They take on Cardiff City. Both sides have really found their feet now in the Championship. They're both picking up some good results as of late. Sunderland more so beating Blackburn 3-1. They got a big result at QPR, another 3-1 result for the Black Cats. They did beat Southampton, I'm sorry to mention it, Martin, 5-0 in their last home game. Cardiff City beat Swansea. They did pick a 3-2 win up over who was it at the week in midweek? Coventry. But they did lose their last away trip to Ipswich, Cardiff, after going 2-0 up. This one is an interesting one, to be fair. If Cardiff do lead the game, can they hold on this time round? Because that's what they're lacking at the minute. Cardiff, they still seem to be conceding these goals, and they look a bit shaky when they do have leads in games. Can they finally go away from home and hold on to a lead? Sunderland will be no easy opponents. Jack Clarke, phenomenal this season for Sunderland. He's really making the difference for them. Cracking winger. And Sunderland look like they're really on the up here under Tony Mowbray. Cracking manager. Been around the Championship for years with Middlesbrough, Blackburn, like I say, Sunderland and that as well. So he knows the Championship like the back of his hand. But I could only see this going one way. And I'm going to go for a 3-1 Sunderland win again, Martin.
Yeah, I see Sunderland winning. They're in great form. I think the side that are putting together, you would say, a little bit of a promotion charge right now. They look confident. They look buoyant. They've got a good manager that's experienced in the division. And I don't see it back at the Stadium of Light as well. It was bouncing when Saints played there a couple of weeks ago. I don't see anything else other than a Sunderland win. I'm going to go with 3-0 in this one.
Someone went for 4-0. I think it was Mr. Connors. He went 4-0. Bloody hell. I mean, Sunderland are one of them sides, aren't they? They'll look for the playoffs again this season. And, they're making the right charge forward, aren't they, rather than backwards. I mean, we all worried about Sunderland, didn't we? Thinking, can they actually go and withstand it in the Championship again and go and get up there again? They didn't really start off well, did they, Martin? Few shaky moments being a Sunderland supporter up north. Them lot would have been thinking, what's going on here? This ain't the script this season. But they've turned it around. They've gave Tony Mowbray the expansive stuff. You can see what he wants to do. And like I say, the signings are paying off as well. They're doing some good stuff, Sunderland. And like I say, we speak to Blaze, don't we, on a basis. And he's quite highly spoke of when it comes to Sunderland and how good they are at the football. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to the ins and outs of the club. And like I say, he's enjoying being a Sunderland fan at the minute this season. Martin, we're going to get to the last game of the weekend. It's the Monday Night Football. It's Coventry versus Huddersfield. Darren Moore is going to be Huddersfield's manager after Neil Warnock left Huddersfield Town after a 2-2 draw with Stoke. I mean, Stoke fans did start chanting to Neil Warnock. I'm not going to say it out on live. But you know exactly along the lines, Martin, of what they were calling him. And he applauded it. Like he says, he ain't bothered, and that's how he wants to be remembered. You don't want these fans to be nice to him and that. And no, it's all banter with him at the end of the day. Neil Warnock, proper Championship manager. he said he's still got a lot to offer in the game. He's still hungry for more.
He does.
I just think at Huddersfield, it ain't worked out for him, has it? To be fair, he did save a sinking ship.
Clash with the owners, isn't he? He's clashed with the owners.
A clash with the owners is never a good way for him. But they play a Coventry side who's only won once this season. Their last win came 3-0 to Middlesbrough, Coventry. They've not really looked exciting, have they, Cov? So far, I mean, they've not really been picking up the points as of late, and it's not the start they would have hoped for. They'll hope they can start picking up in this game. Huddersfield have picked up 4 points in their last 2. So Huddersfield will be thinking they can go and get something out of the Sky Blues in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Huddersfield win, Martin.
Yeah, I'm going with Huddersfield as well, actually. New manager going in there as well. And what a great job Neil Warnock done. You've got to give him massive credit. He'd be back. No doubt about that. Neil Warnock will be back. He pretty much said last night he's hungry for more. But yeah, Darren Moore, he takes up the reins and new manager win for me.
Yeah, Martin was
next manager. Oh yeah, he would go against the grain, that's for sure. With Neil Warnock with the start of play, but he knows the Championship inside out, doesn't he? Like Darren Moore, another manager that done a decent job at Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
would have been gutted at how things unfolded there and ended. He would have relished his opportunity in the Championship, and he's now got that with Huddersfield. And yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win, mate.
If Russell Martin ever leads Martin, it'd be Russell Martin to football Martin. You'll be taking the reins in the dugout. I tell you something, that'd be a sight to see that.
Jack, I was chatting to my best mate today, a good friend of mine, Jake, and we were saying we would probably have picked a better side on Tuesday night. We'd probably get a better song out of the players at this moment in time.
That's what you've got to do. Something's got to change, and like you say, you'll be hoping that changes at Middlesbrough at the weekend. If it don't, then you're thinking, where do you go from here?
Four defeats won't get you automatic promotion, will they? At the end of the day, it's going to be unlikely to win the division. But I know I looked at the table and
by half time,
Sheffield United lost 11 games last year and were second in the division, so it can be done. But you can't keep losing games consecutively. And that's basically where it's at. I looked at Burnley last year, lost 3 games all season last year. Yeah. Won the division. So, yeah, it just shows where it's at.
Martin, let everybody know where they can find you then, mate.
Yeah, please give me a follow on my new YouTube channel. I'm trying to gain as many subscribers as I possibly can. Football Martin _ just when you finish watching the stream, please do give me a search and give me a follow. I'm available. I'm on TikTok as well. Loads of daily content on there as well, at Football Martin _ and Instagram as well for some nice, super sexy photos as well.
Cheers, Martin, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
I suppose to be kicking bloody Martin out, not myself, but obviously Martin we're going to take over there. But now you're back with me to end this predictions. What's coming up on the final whistle then? So the match preview is coming up tomorrow night as Nigel Pearson returns to the King Power Stadium with his Bristol City side. Like I said, good reception, Big Nige. I love Big Nige. Good Leicester manager, one of the most successful managers in the club history. Like I say, have so much respect for him. But yeah, that is it from me. There will be a match day vlog on Saturday as Leicester take on Bristol City. We will have the review back on Sunday. Let's hope for a Foxes win. Let's keep building. Talking about match day vlogs, we did the match day vlog last night. As we went to Carrow Road. If you haven't watched it, go and drop it a like. Go and give it a comment. Go and give it a watch. Let me know what you think. We do the match day vlogs. It takes a lot of work and that to do, but like I say, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Love the show. Appreciate that, Martin, mate. And that is it from me, guys. If you've enjoyed this stream, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the Final Whistle. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on playback, let us know your Championship predictions ahead of Week 8. Thanks for watching. Take care and keep it here at the Final Whistle.
Hi all, thank you for watching the Final Whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share and subscribe.